Good morning, everyone. I'm your facilitator this morning. We are going to tackle timetabling in multi-grade classroom. So here are the objectives of my lesson. First, construct a block in a traditional timetable using timetabling principles learned. Second, demonstrate awareness of the principles of timetable. And the last one is recognize the different types of timetables that can be used in when teaching. So here are my lesson contents. The timetabling, principles of timetabling, timetable preparation in primary schools, timetabling format, and some factors to consider when developing your multi-grade timetable. So what is timetabling? It means by which teachers organize the teaching and learning activities in their classroom. The subjects also are being taught throughout the week. It also shows the specific time of the day a particular lesson takes place in starting and finishing time of teaching each day. So timetabling is kanang ginaplan na siya or gina-organize na siya daan sa teacher kanang subject or time allocated in the whole week kada subject. So therefore, the teacher's responsibility to break this time into lesson and distribute them throughout the week. So before we construct a timetable, there are certain principles or guidelines which must be considered in developing a multi-grade timetable. So here are subjects to be timetable, time allocation, consideration of pupils' needs, consideration of pupils' attention span, high and low concentration subjects, a fixed time, establishing routine, flexibility of the timetable, special requirements, timetable format, time analysis, and neat presentation. So the first principle is subjects to be timetable. So in timetabling as subjects sa muna siya ang common nga gina-timetable sa multi-grade classroom, especially sa lower primary from grades 3 to 5, the language, mathematics, health education, physical education, community living, arts and crafts. So based sa akong presentation, kani siya nga mga subject, these are the important subjects to be taught in a multi-grade classroom. So the upper primary from grade 6 to 8, same language, mathematics, making a living, personal development, science, social science, and art. So same ra sila sa lower primary, upper primary. These are the subjects that are essentials to the provide to the level of their grades nga kanang to be taught or to be organized a timetable in a multi-grade classroom. So the next principle is a time allocation. So in the time allocation sa lower primary, from grade 3, 4, and 5, they have the same allocated time for the whole week. So based na ni siya kanang base sa presentation kanang medyo gamay-gamay ra na siya nga minutes per week sa lower primary kay gina-consider sa the attention span sa mga bata. So the next one is the upper primary. These are the suggested teaching time from grade 6, 7, and 8. Kani siya 180 minutes per week na siya ang uban nga subject kay medyo taas-taas naman nilang attention span ani. So the third one is consideration of pupils' needs. So in considering pupils' needs, we have to really learn or know how to learn how to consider their needs before making a timetable. So here are the following that to be considered: age. We have to know that not all children are the same age. Since we are handling a multi-grade classroom, we have to know that they have the different or they don't have the same they don't have the same age. So there could be a wide range of ages in anyone in classroom. So the next one is maturity. Not all children are the same level of maturity in all aspects of their development. like their physical, mental development, social emotional development, and spiritual or moral development. So the third one is abilities. So we also have to know that not all children have not all children learn at the same pace. They grow differently. So teachers need to be aware also to this in considering pupils' needs. So the fifth one, which is sa ako kay murag crucial siya na part, kanang special needs. Teachers needs to be sensitive to children with hearing, eyesight, and speech problems. So naapoy mga estudyante nga dili lang kana ang special needs nila, naapoy uban nga kanang pupil nga naay problema sa pamilya, sa balay. So as teachers, we also need to be aware of this. So the fourth principle is pupils' attention span. So younger children have shorter attention spans than older children. As what I have learned, that ang nai-research nga nagingon nga, ang attention span sa bata depende sa ilang edad. So if the student is 5 years old, 6, 7, 8 years old, ang attention span pud nila is 5 minutes, 6 minutes, ana. So, many short lesson often result in better learning than a very long lesson. So, ang mga bata, murag mas ganahan sila nga um, mas shorten ang time sa pag-discuss sa kada subject. So, naapoy essential nga like math nga kailangan longer ang time ana pagtudlo kay importante man ni siya nga subject. So, depende pud na kailangan gid na siya i-consider pud ang pupil's attention span as a teacher. So in high and low concentration time is the fifth principle in making or constructing a timetable in multi-grade classroom. Um, Students are usually fresh, alert, and able to concentrate well in the morning and after recess and lunch break. So more creative or physical subjects such as arts and crafts, agriculture are kani siya ginatudlo ni siya later na siya ginatudlo ka na bitaw murag mapansmat ma-observe na sa teacher nga murag kapoy na ang mga bata tungod sa kanang sa morning murag na-discuss na tanan nga mga bugat nga subject sa estudyante. So the sixth one is fixed time. So in fixed times, this cannot be easily changed kay naka-fix naman ni nga time. Once magbuhat ka og timetable like kaning sa in timetabling, we include times for starting and ending school day like recess, lunch, broadcast, school assemblies and religious instruction, school sports and subject using special rooms. So kani siya nga time, it should be plotted first on the timetable. The fifth one is flexibility of timetable. This must be seen as a guide. So, kita nga teacher, we need to be flexible in the use of the timetable. So, for example, when certain unexpected events occur that may be educationally enriching for the children. So, we teacher should be flexible and kanang magbuhat og necessary changes in the timetable to cater for such events. So the eighth one is establishing a routine. This one is a good idea to create a routine where certain subjects are taught at the same time every day throughout the week. For example, ang science, math, language, kanang murag kani sila ang mga essential nga subjects that um, that could be taught at the same time every day throughout the week kay para mas dali siya masabtan sa bata and also kanang kay essential since essential man siya nga subject mo na siya mas nindot siya nga itudlo siya same time every day throughout the week. This helps children to be familiar as to when to certain lesson to take place. So the ninth principles of teaching is special requirement. Religious education is compulsory throughout the week. So special requirement kay ang ang kuan nga part diri is kanang mga religious activities or religious subject. So kani siya, it is compulsory. Since because the times for this can be taken outside the time officially allocated. So to cater this special requirement, especially this religious nga mga subject, schools can either start early or finish late every day. So the 10th principle is timetable format. So in timetable format, kani siya, the basic timetable format shows the time when subjects are taught from Monday to Friday and time analysis. So there is also a space on the form for comments by the teacher, the supervisor, and the inspector. So the 11th one is time analysis. This principle is when all subjects have been entered on the timetable. So a time analysis must be done to check the subjects and times are accurate and balanced in line with Department of Education requirements of the time allocation and total time. So since nakakuan naman ka sa time allocated kada subject, kani siya gina-check pa ni siya kung unsa siya kanang ka-accurate or balance since ipasa pa man ni siya sa DepEd. So the last principle is a neat presentation. So a timetable needs to be neatly presented and able to read easily. So dili maglisod ang maestraan or ang student ang hatagan nimong schedule. So in timetable preparation in primary school, um, normally at the lower primary level grades 3 and 5, 3 to 5, there is one teacher allocated to each class. So ang teachers are expected to construct their own timetables for the class they teach. Since kanang sila may magbuot sa time, sila gyud ang magbuhat ana nga timetable for their class. However, in the primary levels, usually the top-up coordinator constructs the timetable taking into the consideration factor such as rooms, resources, and staff. So sa mga upper primary level, possible nga dili pud ang teacher ang makabuhat ana. So in timetabling format, there are different types of timetable formats used in school. The most common types is traditional and block. So you may see the teacher using the traditional timetable in some schools where the reform curriculum is yet to be taken up. So ang block timetable naman are allowed for thematic, integrated teaching, and it is also best suited to the new curriculum and should be used in preference to the traditional timetable format. So here are the example of traditional nga timetabling format and kanina sad ang block nga timetabling format. So there are factors to consider when developing your multi-grade classroom. So the first one is program language and mathematics activities in the morning where possible. So this is when the students are fresh and their concentration is better. So sa morning kanang murag sa timetable sa pagbuhat og timetable sa multi-grade classroom ginauna sa mga teacher or ginauna sa mga teachers ang mga subject na medyo hago-hago bitaw kay murag ang utok nila kay fresh paana nga time. The next one is your timetable should be planned. So it should be planned to make sure that you, the teacher, are able to give the maximum amount of attention to the different groups in your classroom and that you are able to teach all the necessary subject. So kani siya dapat i-plan na nimo daan as a teacher para kanang ma-maximum nimo ang attention sa mga imong students kada subject. So the third one is some subjects may be taught to the whole class. Others may be taught in groups. So as a teacher, our timetable should take account of this. Oh, depende pud na sa kanang kung whole class ba or group imong pagkuan og timetable. So the next one is your timetable should be displayed clearly and be familiar to the students. This is also very important. Most especially karon nga online class kanang if possible um ang mga students kay kanang i-ask nimo sila mag-print og kanang schedule nila sa class para kanang liliun lang nila ang unsa na ang schedule nila sa ilang wall while taking the class so they can also know what is their next class. The next one is make sure you balance your teaching time equally so sufficient attention is given to all students. So as a teacher, we have to be flexible on this nga kanang makabalo taon sa on pag-balance sa atong time nga kada subject nga ihatag sa mga student kay ang ilang attention span medyo gamay kung depende na sa ilang edad. So the last one is consider the maturity and attention span of the pupils. So, ang mga young students need to change their activities frequently. Like for example, na may playtime. Kung na playtime, after anang playtime, mag-discuss. Na-discuss nga kanang dili kayo or depende sa imong grade sa level sa imong tudluan. Tapos, their lesson must be shorter kay mga young pa man na sila dili pa kayo taas ang ilang attention span ana. So, they need more physical activity to both inside and outside the classroom. Ako naka-observe ko sa mga labaw na sa mga preschool nga naagid sila playtime before going inside the classroom and before going home kanang naa sila they need to have a physical activity kay para dili kayo hago sa ilahang part. So, my key takeaway, we're done with my discussion. My key takeaway in this module is that I have learned that in making timetabling in multi-grade classroom, you have to be flexible in all aspects. So you have to consider some factors before proceeding to create one. As future teachers, this would be challenging for all of us. Timetable needs to be neatly presented and able to read easily. A multi-grade timetable is necessary when a teacher has two or more classes combined in one program operating in the classroom. It can be based on the block timetable in work-based with thematic approaches. Thank you for listening.